Welcome to Misrolled Adventures, where the players make plans and horribly execute them. Anyways, so...
Yeah, that's definitely...
This is our second session. It'll be episode 4 when it goes up on YouTube. So, where we last left off, you guys began your adventure to Waterdeep, essentially, starting your way on the Fields of the Dead from Baldur's Gate.
Sounds so bad every time I hear it.
Beautiful place of the rolling dead fields and dirt mounds that you pass with no trees. And yes, some flying birds. Anyways, you had met with essentially every other cart that was going to be in your caravan. You met up with Alan and an engineer woman, as well as a beer cart where they were called Mean Mead. And the Lord, as he was, and a cart that you guys have not spoken much to. They're the ones that are leading, essentially, with two tarped carts. And
I think everyone's just like scared of that cart. Doesn't want to approach them.
They are furthest ahead. There's they have their main cart and the cart behind them, and then 200 feet is the actual caravan.
Well, I mean,
what if we end up completely failing our mission because we're in the wrong caravan?
As far as you can tell, you're going the right way.
Yeah, as long as you get to Waterdeep or whatever we're going to.
Yeah, because we can. If we're in the wrong caravan, we can just wait there till the right shows up.
That's true.
As you guys have began your traveling, you were attacked by paratons that soon bombarded your carts. You had essentially mistaken them as vultures originally on because they were several hundred feet up into the air, but very quickly realized that when they were diving down towards you, they have horns. So yeah.
They're
horns like
horny!
antlers.
It's a jackal! It's a jackal!
They're more like antlers, but yes. Later on, you had been traveling and it started to rain pretty drastically, which led to a lot of mushrooms that began to grow from the ground all around.
Mushrooms, no!
Someone started having a weird panic attack.
Before this point, as well, it's a point to bring up that Zacchaeus spoke to the Lord's horse, saying that he will free him,
which he
at
didn't
some
do.
point.
Well, no.
He didn't do the night that he said he would do it.
No.
He said that night when we went to bed.
No, when we get to a safe spot, we would do it.
Because the horse persuaded Zacchaeus to not set him free in the middle of the Fields of the Dead.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
As
Mr. Overpowered.
However, he was also able to persuade the Lord to remove some of the extra baggage that the horse was carrying, as it had a massive steep mount.
I was there too.
Ryder was also there, you're correct, my apologies. Ryder was there that did the persuasion while Zacchaeus spoke to the horse. Then, after the rain had began, several days into it, you had found a small cabin that had a barn. When going for shelter, several of you had wanted shelter inside. And when you made your way to the building itself, you had found that there were 4 individuals, 3 of which were very boisterous and loud and obnoxious sitting at a table, while one was just kind of casually sitting up on a balcony. Being threatened by the Lord as well as Gopher, they then attacked as assassins in disguise.
I don't think the Lord had anything to do with that.
He threw the table.
I think it was Gopher going up going,
yeah, Gopher raging and approaching did not calm the situation.
Flex my muscles, cover.
But yes, it was a very taxing fight. You had seen several different people join in. The Lord just stayed inside the room. Not quite sure what happened to him. But, and after essentially killing 3, pinning 1 to the ceiling with a levitate spell from the engineer's brother, you found out that the assassins were part of the Sparks, the militia group that has been killing political figures back at Baldur's Gate. After which, it was a very brutal and merciless murder of the poor man, promising him the money from his leader, then being stabbed, shot by 2 eldritch blasts, and then decapitated from a scimitar.
Yeah.
It was a
scimitar.
Yeah, that's
how dare you, sickle.
Sickle, sorry.
How dare you, sir?
My apologies, sickle.
He jumped from the second
He
tower
did jump.
to do that.
Yeah, that
She
gave him
fucking like
leverage.
bolted over and went.
That was the leverage that was needed. And that's where we left off. You guys hadn't looted the room, you hadn't
Also-
done anything.
I also love like
We were
how in the room you could tell when everyone's like, they're from the what? Kill.
It was very severe. Originally, you guys were having
I mean,
preconceptions.
I wasn't gonna let it live anyway.
I mean, you weren't, and then everyone wasn't, because I was. Jacqueline's just like.
I was just lying there the whole time. I
Yeah.
was like,
As soon as,
She didn't care, and then just like.
and then just everyone at once.
I want this shit.
Anyways, that's where we left off. So before this, we're gonna cut to Rex. From the beginning of this journey, you had been staying next to Harvey Days. So what ended up happening was, for the longest time that you've seen, you knew Harvey was a very paranoid man. The moment that you stepped in and saw the or not the carpet, but the ground just covered in pillows, this entire basically insane asylum bunker that you are sitting in.
So are there like two straight jackets in the corner or something?
No, but there's just tarps. There's just cloth everywhere inside
He
of
choked
this
him out with
room.
one of them.
So several times as you are just kind of sitting there, it's very difficult to kind of sit down because before you're sitting on uneven cloth and all this different just like protective padding that Harvey had constructed for this. Along the journey, you had to choke him out one time because he was in hysterical.
Snuff him out. Not choke, snuff, because you used the pillow.
Right, you used one of the cloth pillows to just kind of quiet him
What
down.
is that actually called though?
Suffocate.
Yeah, that's technically what
Yeah, there's another word for it though.
Kill.
Anyone who knows it, put the word down in the comments below.
You're assuming we're gonna get viewers.
Got two.
That was me.
That one was me. Anyways.
Guys, wait, you didn't spread us around through any social media?
I put it on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
I put it on Twitter. Anyways.
Jordan, you should have spread it around too on Facebook.
Regardless, the rest of the journey.
Smother.
Cool.
While
over there,
circle.
you there was a moment where several different paladins broke the ceiling and like ripped out several different portions of the cart's roof, in which you had proceeded to stab at through the ceiling with your sword, attempting to do whatever you could. Yeah, it's out the window. They were swiftly murdered or thrown away. They essentially got feared and ran away from the rest of the cartel. And for the rest of the journey, it was repaired, luckily before the rain. You had essentially stayed in this room, and nothing really happened apart from you having to smother Harvey once. However, once you made it to, you were hearing from outside that they were approaching a cabin and a barn. Harvey essentially demanded that you stayed with him while you were with him, as long as he has someone of the two personal guards protecting him. He was fine with just one of you staying in. However, after a few moments of silence or more of just tinkering from several people with carts, you hear a very loud, thunderous boom from outside of the carts.
It's Baja. It's French.
Yeah, a very large, thunderous boom. Like you
Yeah,
heard.
so like, are these directions where it came from?
Yeah, you can tell that you were inside of a barn. You can tell that it came from outside of the building that you're currently in. Because you're still in the cart, but you can hear the thunderous boom.
So I'm in
It's kind of
the
muffled.
bar slash the cart and stuff.
Yeah, you're still in the cart. The cart with 5 different locks.
That I'm pretty sure you don't know what I'm doing yet.
But you heard a very loud, thunderous boom. The rest of you know this from the orb that
From combat.
Yeah, from combat when she threw the orb at the very beginning of the combat, and it made a thunderwave spell from the orb that ricocheted Gopher from the binds that the assassins had on him.
Should I check on them? Are you sure you'll be okay?
So when you look over at Harvey, he's underneath some of the protective layers, and he's got his hands on the back of his head, and he's just shivering.
That was the video
That's how he
forever.
sounded.
Yeah, no, I still.
Look,
Is
there's
that what
always
he
gonna be
sounded
one.
like?
Always one every session. Yes, very close. Very close to what he sounded like. Just freaking out, crying, basically.
I was that big if I've never known like this. I'm gonna assume that everybody else will be fine.
Don't worry,
Okay.
he has the straight jackets in the corner.
Nice. So, while he's just kind of comforting Harvey, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Is it time for us to make our investigation checks?
Are you guys going to look up
Because
bodies?
that's where we left off.
Yeah,
We're all
so you're going to loot the bodies?
Yeah.
Then?
I mean, I'm gonna explain the situation and who came to help.
Okay. So from those that came to help, it was essentially
Well, they were.
the mechanic's cart that
And then
had.
my 3 guards, right?
No, your 3
Yes.
guards did not show up. Did
Yes,
they?
they did.
Did they show up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And there were the
Okay.
monkeys.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
right.
and I smell.
Yeah, you smell because of
Alright,
a flint,
monkey guard.
which after a minute they vanish as well. So
Jinx,
So
you
the
have
smell's
3
gone.
monkey
the
guards.
smell stays.
No.
The creatures are
Oh,
gone.
Yeah.
You still smell for 4 hours.
Hey, hold on. Did
Yes.
we introduce Mr. This guy here?
To.
Did we
Oh, yeah,
introduce
we
Rex
really-
and Cal?
Oh yeah.
He wasn't
Well, I
here last time.
did. I said that we had another party member that was not here at the time.
Well, he's here. He's here now.
Yeah,
And
he
yes,
did
I have
introduce
3
himself.
monkey
We
guards.
introduced him.
There's a lot of information here I'm missing.
I
Let's
just-
let's
Oh yeah,
Let's
he didn't see
do my investigation
He didn't see
check.
the
Yeah,
parakeet.
Let's let him introduce himself.
Yes. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's too late past intros.
No,
Go. Just go.
It's for the viewers.
The viewers, yes.
Viewers.
Go ahead.
I don't know what to say.
Just
I
say
don't
your
know what you
name
guys-
and your race, like what you do.
You
And
your
tell us a little bit about the
character.
backstory that we all know at least.
Yeah.
My name is Calvin. I play Rex Rivers.
Okay.
There you go.
That's fine. Whatever.
Right there's this human I'll be a little gopher here. His job is a spy, and he's been raised in the ghetto. He likes to gather information from unwanted listeners.
And almost leaving the party before a squirrel saves his eyes.
Anyways.
Like
Almost
I said,
died.
I want information. Means the smallest details possible.
Okay.
a squirrel.
So-
Small.
You guys are looting the bodies after you guys explained.
I'm explaining to
Yeah.
them.
What are you gonna? How are you gonna explain this to them?
Cover you guys' noses. I smell. I can smell that myself. It's bad. But we came in.
25, by the way.
Okay.
I came in.
Before I keep forgetting.
I came in. We all came in. We saw a group of, I don't know, these people just having a blasting time, saying they rented out the inn. And then they told us we couldn't stay. But then the fat lord of the lord up there was able to convince them to let him stay.
Does the rest of the caravan know that we call him the Lard Lord?
No.
so afraid.
Someone else, the woman did. The
Oh, the
mechanical woman called him a lord as well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then let's see what else happened.
He's also out now, by the way.
He's still in the room.
We don't know.
No, he came out at the end.
No, he didn't.
No, that was a joke. that was
Yeah, that was
absolutely
a joke. Where I was just like, he just comes out. What's going on? Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
Okay.
uh,
As well as that, the mechanical woman will pitch in because she was there to witness the whole thing as well. Yeah, they're crazy. They just leaked out and attacked us out of nowhere. I mean, sure, he was threatening them face to face, but even
He wasn't
still,
threatening shit. He just went up and went, "Rah!"
I was just trying to be intimidating.
that's threatening. I would consider that threatening. Anyways, and then she picks up the orb that she pulls it out because she had actually picked it up earlier. She runs to her brother, wraps her arms around him, and just starts to like jump in the air, shouting, "It fucking worked! I can't believe it, you beautiful genius!" And she like kisses his forehead, and like you can see he's just like completely flushed and just like flummoxed, and yeah.
Oh yeah, anyway, they attacked
Oh,
us,
okay.
and from what we got, they were from the Sparks.
Did you hear that, Harvey? They're from the Sparks.
No. You don't hear shit. You're
I mean-
300 feet away. Anyways.
I was gonna more turn that against the
No, I get
Lord.
a feeling that someone said something. I'm crouching down, looking at Harvey.
Yeah, he's just like basically shivering like a sad puppy. So with a natural 25, so you were just like looting them, or you were what were you trying to find from them?
Everything.
Okay, so you were just doing a general investigation check.
Anything I can take, anything that I can.
Yeah, with a 25, you definitely find essentially for the better part of however long you're explaining the situation, you find from their bodies They all had, apart from one, the one that you had essentially levitated, they all have their light crossbows. Several of them have about 15 bolts each of them. They have...
And 70 packs of gum.
No. They have... each of them has a small dagger that has a crescent snake head that coils at the hilt. One of them seems to, with a 25, I'll also say, one of them seems a bit magical. It's a pretty basic enchantment, but you can definitely tell that it's something that's pretty based on magic. With a 25 as well, you also found that they have a single vial of a pretty solidified yet still liquid type of substance inside of it.
What color?
It's a solid green,
Not black.
not black. Apart from that, they also have, in total, from gathering from all of them, 610 silver, 70 electrum, and 260 gold pieces.
Hang on a second.
No electrum.
Every 2 electrum is 1 gold, so.
So. Repeat the money.
610 silver,
610.
70 electrum, and 260 gold.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
And they all are wearing studded leathers.
What about their
God, such
assassin tool?
studs.
Yeah.
Their assassin
Okay.
Are
So,
those.
2 of them were destroyed during combat. One was hit by a thunder wave, and the other one was hit by...
Go for it.
By
And then
me,
Shadow,
by
like,
me
had a-
several times.
Shatter, I think, did it. Or something did that.
I
Regardless,
think
2
it
of them
was
were
Volker
destroyed.
breaking out of it.
I
They had tried to grapple her back out.
hit him like 6
He
times.
broke-
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
aimed for
broke
it. That's
out.
right. So 2 of them were destroyed. One of the women that was up on the upper deck, the one that you had fought, hers is still intact. The other one that was brutally murdered is also intact. So 2 of them are intact, but
Is Jacqueline still next to the bitch
Well, I-
upstairs?
you jump down to murder the other person.
Oh, okay.
But
That's right.
So, how many bolts do I get?
I mean, there's 60 in total. There's 15 per person.
I'm taking them.
Okay.
And then I get 3 regular daggers and then 1.
If you want to take them, sure. Yeah,
I'm
there's 3
literally
daggers
just-
and
I'm
then
just gather everything
there's
up.
3 daggers and then a magical dagger. That one has at the tip. There's just this very mild red piece that's at the top of it. Red tip. Anyways,
Just the tip.
with the 25 for investigation too. Looking at this mechanism, it's very convoluted to put on. It's essentially there's very small widget spots that they can have along their elbows, the interior of their elbow, that you found pieces for. Each of them had a very small crank, essentially, that you can imagine they take off by slowly just cranking the widget that's in the center of their equipment piece. After it takes about a minute, but then you're able to kind of slide it off after just fully cranking it. So 2 of them, you have 4 cranks and 2 of these clasping blades, essentially.
Well, anyways,
I mean, so I'm gonna give them to engineering lady.
Okay, well she's still with her brother right now, so you can like carry them over to
Yeah,
her.
I would be like,
They're also big. Like when you take them
Yeah.
off, they're spring loaded, and
Yeah.
it's just like a bunch of just. It look initially when it's off, it just looks like a mess in your hands. But
I'm gonna just walk over and be like, you kind of having some trouble with your arrows.
Do I see him walking over?
yeah, you see him walking
I
over.
want
with
one of those.
Okay. So I walk up. Yeah, I don't think you were having a little trouble with your crossbow inventions there. Would you like one of these to try to tinker with?
Thank you, by the way. And she goes over and actually starts to pick up the small compartments that she had essentially strapped to her limbs. She just starts carrying them and placing them on her shoulder as well. Oh yeah, pencils.
So does she take one?
Yeah, she'll take them from you.
Well, one, I'm offering one.
You're offering one. Okay.
So she takes the one. I give the other one.
What are these things called?
They're let me see if I find the paper for it again.
is it possible if I take the 2 that are broken, put them together, and mend them?
You you can make a tinkering check, an intelligence tinkering check to see if you can try to recreate it because they're thoroughly destroyed.
I'm just gonna call it Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna say.
Call whatever you want.
So
Well,
the magical.
You have
13.
you have no idea how these are made. You're trying to think of. You're looking at the compartments, and one of them has the blade completely detached. And when it's detached, it's just like basically it looks like a flimsy, like basically
what was that
rubber.
lady's name again?
I want those kind of
Tyler.
weapons.
So what's the
You
enchantment?
can't have any other weapon, Mr. Emerald Enclave.
Looking at it, it's a +1 dagger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, something wrong with it.
Shayla Band was her name.
Hey Shayla. You think you can fix these contraptions they were using too, as well?
It, like yelled at
She
you
kinda,
for
like,
using
stands-
anything besides.
She stands over and looks at it, kind of like looks back at the ones that are actually solid. I think I could probably repair it. I've got some. I've got to go to my workshop.
Well, actually, honestly, if anything, use it for whatever, because I don't
At
think
least now she has one to study.
that too. It can
That's
help
a good
you.
point.
It can help you to cover something about the sparks, if anything.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, at least it's interesting. Regardless, I haven't seen something like this before, so I don't know. These people did not look like the type of people that made these by any means.
They probably just got it from their employer or something, if anything.
Their employer is making stuff like this, and that's a little worrying. But future problems, I suppose. Hopefully, I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, I think the next step we gotta do is check the rest of the inn.
There's no point. We know what they said when they came here. They killed everyone that was here. So I'm
Well-
pretty sure the inn's empty.
Do we trust that they don't have any traps set up?
I mean, we could check, but
He has a point.
I mean, like,
The one
there
time
could be dead
I will-
already.
The one time I will side with Randall, he has a point.
Well, anyways, we have this whole inn to ourselves for free.
So we think.
I think
That's true. I mean, well,
there's no one
we
here.
don't know if anybody else is here. They might have people
Yeah.
in the rooms.
Let's go look. Let's all look around then. Make
Okay.
sure you're
You-
careful.
You guys can make investigation checks.
See,
Randall, what'd you
Max.
pick up?
What are you gonna do?
A lot of daggers, bolts, and money.
I'm gonna search the body, see if I can find
Money.
anything that.
already
We're
did
not
that.
splurging.
Well,
We're not figuring
I was
out
gonna say
what's
like
out
to
right
figure
now.
out if like
We're gonna-
they have
we'll
like,
split it
some
later.
sort of crush
We can do it
ammo
when we're on
to
the
show
road.
that
Have
like
nothing
there's
better to
sparks.
do.
Okay, I'll let you make a
Wait,
make a history check.
didn't we know that they were sparks because of the explosion tattoo that they had?
Yes, they had
Oh.
a. It wasn't a tattoo per se. It was more of a.
They had
Trans stamp.
Yeah, they had emblems on them,
Okay.
and I think the leader had a small like basically like.
I mean, it also
Carving
helped.
it
One
in.
of them
Oh, yeah.
said they were from the Sparks.
Well, that's because one of us asked what the little explosion thing was. We explicitly
Yeah.
asked that of
Yeah,
him.
we
He's
did.
like, we're from the Sparks, and that's when everyone was like, "Fuck you, dude, you're dead."
Yeah.
13 on my investigation.
Okay.
5.
You're looking at the bodies. You're like, pick
9.
9.
Yeah, I'm just walking through the inn.
Well,
I assume I.
looking at everything, this place doesn't seem to be trapped by any means. There's nobody else. You're just opening up the doors,
Yeah,
looking
opening and
around.
checking the room, make sure there's no like.
The back room that was on the first floor, one of you had essentially gone in to look at. You can see that there are 2 people that they have slit throats up against the wall. They're both halfling individuals. They're
Shame.
kind of they definitely
Any form
died
of-
in anguish. And
Any form of identification.
you can see that they, like the man himself's got kind of like, he's a little older halfling. He's got kind of graying hair and
But
such.
nothing to give us like a name.
No, not really, not necessarily. They're
Because in this time they don't have driver's licenses and ID cards.
Well, they also
Yeah.
run it.
But yeah, you can see that there's like a ledger in the back room, and it's got like a
Heath ledger?
sink. So you can definitely tell that this is more of the
I'm
managerial's room.
gonna check the kitchen, see if there's any food.
So you go to the back room where you see the bodies, and you can definitely see that there are just like shelves that have a bunch of dry food that's waiting there. They do have several barrels full of liquid, and you search them, you can tell that there's water in some, beer in the other. There's one solid barrel of mead, and
I found something you might like in here.
The barrel with meat is only about like a quarter full because they've been chugging that. You can kind of determine that from all the tables that are just filled with sticky substances from the empty,
Oh,
knocked over.
Oh, so that wasn't what I thought it was.
same.
Yeah. But that's what you see when you get in the back room.
Okay. First I'm gonna say, alright, well, someone has to at least take care of these. I'm gonna take these outside and put them.
Randall's gonna help you.
Well, yeah, with
So
the
you
box.
two grab the bodies and
Well, these put in the back. Should we bury them?
Yes.
do you have a shovel?
Nope. Exactly.
I'm actually pretty sure.
I have a hammer.
Where the carts facing?
I don't have a shovel.
5 foot nail!
Yeah, that would
So
work.
the way the cabins work is there's the cabins facing this way. So when they go out, they come out this way. The barn's over here, about 100 feet away, and it's looking south. So if you do peek, if they pass it, you're gonna see. You're gonna dig with a crowbar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look in the barn for a shovel.
I have a pickaxe.
Pickaxe,
Or
pickaxe
axe.
is big.
What?
You're on the field of the dead right now.
It's raining.
Yeah, so it's
So, yeah, that's
so
not
it's
gonna do
mud.
anything,
It's
yeah,
not
it's not gonna
it's
do
not
anything,
stone. It's
Alright, well-
mud.
I mean, if the back's why
I have
would
a
you
spoon.
use that? It's not a real good shovel. It's a small shovel.
Regardless.
Alright, how about Lynn? What is he doing?
Yeah, as a cat,
Oh,
what are
yeah.
you doing?
I'll investigate the surrounding area around the inn just to make sure there's no one else waiting.
Okay. You go ahead and make you can go ahead and make a investigation check.
Yeah, you want to turn into a dog and dig for us?
Yeah, dig in the mud because dogs love mud. How about a pig?
It's also raining, so it's still raining.
We made one.
That is an 18.
18. So glancing around, apart from the way that the outerior of the inn is actually very well kept, and the sign of the Grouchy Gretchen is there, you don't see anything else. With an 18, it's strange because
Does he see a shovel?
no, not on the outside of the inn. You get the feeling that it's a little strange that in the middle of nowhere, these people were here without any carts or horses. I'll say that that's what you can see with an 18 investigation, because you're pretty far from civilization, and they're just in this inn without a cart.
They walked.
Were they dropped off here by someone else?
You can't really tell. The rain seems to be making it a little difficult to see if there's
Well, I
any
mean, at
tracks.
this point, I'm assuming they're the owners.
Alright, so we look in the barn.
Okay, you're
We're
gonna
going
look
to the
at-
barn.
Okay. When you get into the barn, you can see there's
Because Randall's
there's
here, he's gonna go right to the one cart we've barely interacted with.
Okay, so you're gonna go up to them. So you're gonna go searching for a shovel.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need to actually, because it's pretty.
With the barn.
It's a barn. It's pretty. You can see it's actually right near the entrance as well. When you enter, you can tell that there's everyone else. You can see Alan's cart. You can see yours. You can also see the 3 guards while you guys were investigating everything had gone back and are kind of just waiting nearby the cart.
When I grab the shovel, I guess I'll shout to everyone. It's free. We can sleep in there for free. Just mind the mess.
Alan will actually approach you as you're grabbing the shovel. What happened in there? We heard a very loud explosion. I'm not sure what I would describe it
Randall will
as,
say
but
You want the long-
passing by. I'll inform you in a second.
Do you want the long or short story?
we have plenty of time. You can tell me the long one tomorrow.
We got attacked by assassins.
Okay.
Never mind,
Now
I
it's
won't. If you want the long story, I'll give it to you later.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
just walking over to the
Alright.
people.
So, what are you doing at this point? You can hear them talking outside.
Say his name so people know who you're talking
Rex, what are you doing?
Is he still shivering?
Harvey, after about a couple minutes, he kind of like peers out and he kind of calms down. You can tell he's paranoid anyways, so any amount of just shifting freaks him out. Like, you have to be careful trying to stand too fast because otherwise he'll freak out. Because the cart then changes in like level. So
Calvin, sounds as if you need to keep smothering it. Over and over and over.
I'll say that resort for a later time, but
You're not.
I'm gonna
incorrect.
assume everything's
Or
gonna
man.
be calm.
Give him some roofies.
Just in case, I'm gonna scout. I'm gonna tell Herbie, I'm gonna scout around the cart. I won't be far.
Make a persuasion check.
No, so I'm not surprised.
Oh, I'm at level 7. I don't have this.
Nope. Do it.
Do it.
Tyler, I was half expecting you to say make a deception check.
He's not technically lying.
13.
Okay. He kind of like takes a deep breath. Not far. You have to stay nearby. That's why I hired you for personal guards, but that's fine. And then he kind of waits about like another couple moments, goes to the door, and then the very large door. 10
He
minutes.
steps outside. That's as far as you can go.
No farther than that.
Come back. In the several days of travel, it's the first time you've actually seen outside the cart now. Apart from the hole that the Parrottons had.
And just
Wait, I thought
slide
they
bars
fixed
in the
that,
door.
though.
They did.
I
But so
fit-
there's no holes in it.
Not anymore, but during the attack, that was the other sign of fresh air.
I stepped out. Good stretch, because I've been sitting really
Been
long.
sitting for a very long time.
Wait, I don't think anyone's brought this up yet. What if Rex and Harvey need to go to the bathroom in the cart?
Yeah.
Don't ask.
What have I been eating?
You've been eating dry rations, so you're probably stocked up for a little bit.
There's another little
Eat some
spot.
bananas, you'll be fine.
Have some potassium. Anyways,
There's another
And
little.
yogurt.
So,
There's a
Perception?
slide.
do I make a perception to
you don't need perception. You can see everyone else that's out here.
Oh my God, Rex!
Hey,
Yeah, you
I
can see
actually
Alan
forgot what you
and,
look like.
You
So,
look
do I see-
pale as a ghost.
Are you there? Okay, yeah, you're still backing in.
So
you
what?
see Ryder and Randall.
You look as pale as a ghost. You need to get out more, bud.
I wish I could. I look at Randall. I glare at him.
What? I'm the one who's
So, what happened?
I explained to him we got attacked by
Yeah.
assassins and blah blah blah.
and I'm just
Complaining.
going. I'm going to the car.
Yep. Okay.
We got attacked by assassins. I'll
Are
give you the long
they-
story later. Don't tell what's his name because he's probably gonna freak out. Just say we had a little adventure.
We've been saying Harvey's name this entire time, and you just called him what's his face?
This is my character, okay? So.
Oh, okay.
He's in
You couldn't
character.
say why. He's not getting paid for this.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you're explaining the situation, we're gonna cut to you. So you're approaching the tarp carts.
Are they out and about? Or
Oh yeah, they're walking around.
Oh.
They're staying nearby the carts. They haven't gone into the inn. They're
I'm gonna look at him and go, which one's in charge?
Randall starts approaching the tarp.
We need
And
to
It's
talk.
shocking
Something's
me.
important to come up.
okay. So you you say that out loud. Several of them. They're still all hooded as well. They all point to this one guy and he puts it down. You can see he's the same man with his hair, and he's the very same man that keeps speaking to you.
Okay, we'll have our motion for him to step aside a little.
Okay. He looks at the tarps, looks at all the men and all the individuals in the robes, and he follows you. So, what's the situation? From understanding, there's a problem.
The other groups.
There are now assassins after our entire caravan.
Oh.
The Sparks are now targeting any caravan heading north.
And you gather this information from.
The group of assassins from the Sparks that just attacked us.
No.
Well,
Yeah, there's another.
So,
And
in
then there's the.
that light, nothing changes. We're still going north.
yes, but you also need to understand, there's now twice as much danger.
We were in danger anyways. Nothing changes. He's just
more to
looking
look
at you.
for- There's more to look for.
That's fine. We have to stay on watch anyways.
You're taking it very casually for the fact that we now have to look at every other human being we come across with distrust.
I mean, humans are fickle.
To be fair, he probably distrusts the shit out of you right now.
I mean, this is our
Make
Matt,
insight.
this is our job. We're supposed to be protecting people from this kind of stuff.
Anyways,
You're really questioning about the job you took up.
well, he's bringing up a valid point. The man just kind of like he's very nonchalant about this situation. You can tell that he's through his body language. He's not like afraid or.
You can probably tell that he's done this multiple times before.
You're not there. Shush.
I truly don't. I don't trust that he's not part of the cult. Truthfully, if you want to know, Jake.
That's fair. I mean, Anything else you wanted to talk about? If you brought up the assassins, then I can understand worrying about the sparks, but none of us have anything to worry about. If they're going after political figures, we're not political figures.
Here's the part. They don't care. They just want any caravan going north they're going after.
Well, there's plenty of us. We'll be fine. If they come into it, if they attack with an army, then we were dead anyways, so...
Don't underestimate how few people can do.
I mean,
He
fair,
makes
but
he makes a fairly valid.
if that's all you need, then I'm gonna get back to doing my work.
No problem.
Alright. Well, we leave tomorrow, so
Yeah.
be sure to get rest in. Most of us are staying out here from what I gathered.
Well, if you want, the inn is now free.
I'll stay near my supplies, thank you.
Mainly due to the fact that the innkeeper was the first victim of the assassin.
Well, they are assassins after all.
By the way, do you have a shovel? You can borrow?
He looks over and you can kind of see Ryder holding it. I think your friend's got it there.
Okay. Because we were going to bury it.
Well, that's noble, at least. It's respectable.
Yeah.
It is sad with the loss of life, but circumstances happen. People do pretty drastically severe things when they're under the influence of other powers, essentially. If these are indeed spark individuals and they are indeed after our caravan or just any caravan in general, clearly they were told to do something. So they're compelled to do what they think is right, just as we are compelled to just keep going north.
Okay. Our house goes, good night, and start walking away.
Night. And he puts back up the hood, goes back to work.
Can I roll
doing
see
nothing.
if I recognize anything on the hoods?
Sure, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
8.
They are plain hoods.
Okay.
You can't tell any. They look like hoods.
If I may give my 2 cents, if that guy was part of the cult, he's the nicest fucking cultist I've ever met.
There are charismatic cultists. You guys understand this, right? Not every cultist is like. Spoon. Me leader. But yeah.
They gotta get more members
Shovel.
somehow. They gotta have kickers.
Okay, so yeah, you've got a shovel now.
Alright, time to go put.
Do you have a blue helmet? And...
Randall,
So, what are you doing with
can Randall go
that
back in the
shovel?
inn? There's some broken boards that we can just make little
It could be a
races.
new tool to knock out Mark.
Yeah, the
whenever he's going
table
crazy.
that was exploded from the shatter spell. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
plenty of planks.
I was at the
and
flat
such.
end of my blade
Randall's
to
just
do
gonna
that.
get some planks,
Oh.
put them together, and make a little rope. Right. Old man. Old halfling.
Old halfling and halfling puppet.
I'm
He
taking.
doesn't have any names.
I'm burying the people at the end. They, the owners, I'm pretty sure they all died. So what at least we can do, since we're staying for free, is bury the bodies.
Randall comes out with his 2 grave sticks.
Gopher, is there anything that you were doing inside the inn at this point? Same thing with Zakaris. Is there anything else that you want to do after
He's probably drinking the beer that I told him.
circling
Oh,
around?
here's a good question. Did either of them see me?
They stayed at the inn while you went to
I
the
went
barn.
back in the inn to make my grave.
Right, but I'm asking this while you guys were doing
Okay.
that. That's what I'm saying. Is there anything you guys were doing while they were doing this?
I'll just go help dig the grave.
Okay.
I'm gonna go investigate the rooms.
Okay.
There's like
Well, during
Well, they
their
already did.
yeah, they already did that. When
Well,
you were a part of that.
Don't
Is
worry,
that-
I was
I'll
actually, yeah.
just remain. Jacqueline will just remain doing what she was doing because no one asked.
Well, what are you doing?
Yeah, what were you doing?
You were investigating the rooms. What are you doing during this
She
point?
will actually look at the blade that she got
The arm thing. Okay.
to see how to potentially put it on and see if there's any.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
That's
Can I use the thing?
Yeah. That's why I put it there for you and Calvin.
Dude, our DM's the nicest.
Until
And then you
Sharknado
die.
comes.
Yeah, until
Fucking goddamn.
you're looking at it.
I got a 20.
Yeah, you got a 2. It is really complicated. You had seen Randall take them off. There's a small digit here, and you're holding on to like a crank. You just can't figure it out. You're just looking at it.
Knew I should have used the red dice.
You're trying to like, it's like,
Damn
you're
it,
looking at it
dice.
and you're like, square and square. Doesn't make sense. Not possible. And,
Square. I take it back. Our DM is not the nicest.
I'm now just picturing the directions I take to it. I just don't understand.
Two-step process.
There's no
stick.
There's no instructions.
But yeah, so
I mean, to be fair, she did live across in the fucking desert.
true.
So
It is difficult to understand. It's
she doesn't have an education.
it's very convoluted.
Doesn't
After
someone
some
have
time, if
skills?
you like actually sat down and studied it for a long period of time, you'd probably be able to figure it out.
She'll do that.
Okay, so you're just gonna sit down for
She'll do that.
with that probably a few hours of trying to figure out what this
She
thing
does.
is.
She's just gonna. She has nothing better to do
All right.
because she doesn't care about graves.
Okay.
She will just look at her new possible weapon.
Okay. So Gopher, what are you doing?
I'll go to that beer that a writer found.
Okay, so you go to the back room.
You ask your new drinking buddy if she wants to join it.
In the back room, you also see the engineering woman,
Shala.
What was it?
Shaolin.
Shayla.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh
Shaolin.
Shaolin
monk.
god. Oh god.
But yeah, so you go to there. You can see Shayla and her brother is there. They seem to be kind of investigating over the pieces of the previous arm weapons that had essentially one of which snagged you. You also see several barrels, one of which seems to be kind of tapped. It's got a lot of just residue on it as well.
I asked them to see how far they've investigated into the arm blade.
So you approach Shayla and the man. They look at you. The brother looks over to the Shayla, whispers in her ear, and she goes. So he's wondering how these contraptions worked. I was trying to explain it to him, but I was never actually hit by it. He wants to know how much does it hurt?
Based on my experience, it kills.
It does?
It kills.
Interesting.
And I say that as I'm going to grab the beer.
As you're going to grab the meat. Okay. It hurts. Barrel up.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not healed or anything. You guys are still injured.
Yeah,
from
we're
this
still,
fight.
yeah, we actually are.
I just want to point out how like nonchalant and mumbly he said that. It's like I can do this and I'm just grabbing a beer. I just say it so nonchalant. Just
It definitely places a perspective for the pair. They kind of glance at each other. Well, I'm sorry for throwing the orb at you. It was more of a test to see if it would work, and it did. So I'm happy that it did.
Yeah.
But
Oh well, let's
sorry.
you.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that. Everything worked out in the end, so.
Well, I'm glad that you don't hold a grudge.
No, he holds a barrel.
Yeah, I hold the barrel.
We have to check with you.
Well, have fun. I'm gonna be working on this. So she kind of like pulls out from her side two little tools. One of which is like a very small mallet, and the other one's a very refined, like basically screwdriver, but not a screwdriver. It's not a Phillips or flathead screwdriver. It's basically a screwdriver.
Okay.
But it's not a screwdriver.
It's a jeweler's tool.
Alright, well, I see that you guys are busy. I'm just gonna go take this out into the
She's just like lugging it
cafeteria
on your
area.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to carry this because it's also only about quarter full, so it's not
shoulder. That's
just.
no fun.
Do I see him as
Well, they've been
walking?
chugging the mead, so.
Yeah.
You do see. So you see Jacqueline's hardcore staring at this weapon that you gave to her. Just not actually like looking at it. You can actually look at her, and her eyes aren't moving.
So-
They're just staring at it.
As I
You
walk
also
back,
see Gopher then approaching with a barrel in tow, essentially.
Gopher, do you want to come help us bury the dead?
Who's with the yes?
I'm assuming I've been
So
out.
far, it's
just right and take care of it.
Yeah, you've
So
been,
far.
yeah.
I
What
think
did
you
you want
guys
to do?
got this.
You want to do anything when you're out in the cart?
Well,
No
let's
kind.
just in case.
And Randall walks away.
Everyone's
Three people's already a crowd.
And I asked Jordan to bring me
Ryder.
bring me a cup of water.
Mm.
Because
Well, he's outside shoveling.
Oh, before that. Anyways.
You know what? I can't drink water. My character in the game can.
Alright, so.
And no backstory on that?
Alright, so.
Not can't. So yeah, you're digging. It's really easy to move the mud because of the amount of rain, especially over the course of several days.
Strength check.
It's not going to require a strength check because it's very easy. As you're digging, you're digging essentially because of the rain.
Treasure.
No, there's very small mushrooms that have been growing in the sides. This has been going on for several days because of the amount of rain that you guys have been getting. Yeah, they're just very small. They're kind of sprouting up, but they're all over, so you kind of have to dig in the same place that they are. I need to get my book.
Uh-oh.
There's nothing.
He's gonna one-shot me.
There's the purple mushroom fucked up. Jack on.
You're now going to be on top. George, on top of smelling disgusting, you're not going to be high as
Ooh, true. So as you dig into it, the mushrooms they burst pretty much instantly. They're not bursting into spores or anything like that, but they are bursting. And after they burst, they give off this very shrill shriek. That's just and it's very unnerving. The moment that you place the shovel into it, they just shatter and explode into the sound, and it's unnerving. It's not necessarily risky, but as you're continuing to dig, there's just more and more of the shrills as well. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
What the hell is this?
Oh, I'm a little scared.
Those are those little fucking mushrooms that Jinx almost died from.
6.
As you're digging,
No.
you go to place your foot down and you keep stepping on them as well because you have to re-angle yourself to dig. Emotionally, this is affecting you. You actually you're hesitant now to try to dig, and it actually stops you from digging.
Asparagus!
Basically.
I need you to dig for me. I can't do this anymore. They just sound so sad. I can't do it.
Is it?
Does a random come out at this time to hear him say this?
He's affected by the shrill screaming. What'd you say, Zacchaeus?
I will pick up the shovel.
Okay.
Does
You're gonna
Randall walk
take
out
place-
and hear this?
No, you were inside. You're still grabbing pieces.
Okay. I really hope I walk out and hear
Shut it.
Yeah,
Right,
as you
no.
get inside the car, just
Alright, Asparagus, I'm just gonna close my ears while you do this, so go.
okay.
Okay. I'll start shoveling.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make the same Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
17.
Okay. Though the sound of basically thousands of tiny screams is really unnerving and makes you feel kind of grotesque and sad, you're able to just bear through it because you know that these dead people need respect. So you're just constantly digging. You're able to
Are you done
successfully
yet?
build or dig out this trench.
Are you done yet?
In which case, you're no longer, because it takes several minutes. You're no longer you're no longer onion crying.
Okay.
And Randall, you exit essentially with enough pieces in tow, with basically crosses tied together with whatever string was inside. Nails definitely because of the tools
Alright.
and crap.
I'm feeling better. I'll put the bodies in at least. So I put them in.
You just throw the bodies in. It's just one big shriek as the body lands on a bunch of mushrooms.
I'm over it. I can do this. I put both of them in.
Okay. Once more, you just place them. There's more from the small mushrooms that are essentially you can't actually really see them either. That's the thing. They're just so small, but there's just enough of them to be able to make a shrill screaming sound.
Alright.
very
If
confused.
it's hard to ask, can you fill out the hole too, Asparagus?
I give 1,000-mile stare for like a hot second, and I start looking in the hole.
Okay, it's very easy too
Randall's
because you already
very-
have your previous mud. So all you have to do is take the shovel and just kind of slather it over like cake icing, and you just cover the slop.
I think we should mark it something.
Randall comes in, places two crosses with names of old halfling man and halfling woman.
And rest in peace on him.
Good enough. Good job, Randall.
I mean, we don't have any.
Where did you do this, by the way? Was this right out front?
No, in the back.
Okay, in the back. Oh, that's right. You did say that. Okay.
Right out front.
Just 2 crosses right in front of the.
And then Harvey comes out. And he's like, I decided to get the fresh air.
Some fresh rain. But yeah, so that's what happens. You guys successfully bury these 2 poor individuals.
Alright.
Food for the mushroom.
Yeah, exactly. And after that, I do a short prayer, like, rest in peace. Thank you for the free rooms.
Your ankh just goes off and they're alive again.
And then I'm just gonna go
Randall
back
will
in.
also do a similar prayer.
Okay. To Bahamut.
And he goes into
Your
the
thing
bar.
is still a 7-day cooldown as well.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
Okay. Just making sure you keep track of how many days, because it'll recharge by the end of this venture for sure. So.
I'm gonna head to the inn and do some scrounging around again.
Okay. I mean, apart from that, it's just dirty. You looked inside the rooms. You didn't find anything. There
How about the
was.
food?
I mean, the food is just dry food, and there's like powdered.
That's good
milk
enough for
and
rations,
eggs.
right?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Tyler, is there any powdered water?
no powder.
Is it powdered milk?
Yeah, there is powdered milk essentially.
I'll take those.
Does no one know what powdered water is? It's just air. Just add water, you get water.
Oh god.
Okay.
I was gonna say ice.
Yeah.
Crushed ice.
So I'll take the powdered milk and the rations. How much do I get?
I mean, if you're just gonna take all the food, then I mean, it's essentially just food. There's about an inn's worth of food. Say 30 dry rations if you have some way to preserve it.
Okay.
It's all astronauts ice cream.
It's fair because he got some food for us. Because, the guy over there is not feeding us.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
I'm tired of living off of good berries.
Yeah, you two are getting exceptionally hungry. The rest of you have just been given food to
Alright.
eat as
And
you guys have been
I'm
traveling.
gonna take most of these I'm gonna take...
didn't get hired.
Yeah.
Neither did him.
Yeah, these
I-
two
Oh
did.
yeah, they're schmucks that looked really suspicious when they met this guy.
Anyway, I'm gonna take let's say 10 of the whatever rations.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick
And I'm gonna-
around and find the
I'm gonna-
drier of the foods.
I'm gonna give it to the horses.
You can give it to the horses.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take all this.
10
dry-
of them.
10 of them to take over to the horses. Is anybody else doing anything while this is
I'm
happening?
going into the barn and going to bed.
You're going into
I'm
the
getting-
barn. You're getting into the cart.
Yeah.
So you go to the cart.
I-
You hear on the inside of the cart, Rex, a very muffled bang against the.
It's
Cart door.
Alright, go hide quick. I'll check it.
He literally, basically dives into what looked to be just a pile of cushions. You can actually see as you glance over before looking in the door. You can see his eyes just peeking out. That's about it.
That's creepy.
And there's a slot where I can slide.
Yeah, there's a very tiny slit where you just go. And it's basically eye-to-eye contact.
Oh, what the?
What?
What's the password?
What do you think? What do you mean? What? I'm here to do my job.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
Well, then
You're not next up.
you can tell Harvey he only gets one card inside tonight.
Let him in.
You sure?
It's him.
It's I know that smart ass anywhere.
Okay. So Harvey's a lot more adept at unlocking this. It takes you the better part of a good minute or two just to be like.
It's mainly the puzzle.
Yeah. There's a whole just mess of things.
Yeah,
You're looking at a
it's-
cube that's got several pieces that you have to kind of put back.
You have
into
to solve
open.
it.
So how many times I saw this guy
open a
do it?
door?
You've seen him do it only about 3 or 4 times.
Okay,
He
now-
never opens the door for anyone.
Yeah, so that's why.
Yeah, it takes you a long time to figure this out. It does work though. After some time, Harvey does come by, solves the puzzle for you, and you get going. The door finally opens. At the moment, are you stepping inside then? I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Okay, the moment you get inside, Harvey slams it closed, closes all the locks,
So he jumped out from the pillows.
jumps out of the pillows
Close
to slam it closed fast.
And then jump back into the pillows, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So,
You want first watch or?
I got stuck here for a while. You gonna take the first? You gonna stay here and take over from me?
No, we both stay in the cupboard. This is how it's.
You
He
guys,
wants both of us in here.
yeah, I know you want both of us in here.
So, do you want to first watch or do you want to sleep and then watch and then sleep?
I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
So they decide what they're doing.
Yeah. What's the rest of you inside the inn doing?
She's still trying to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. It'll take a good couple
Alright,
hours.
and
I'm watching Jacqueline
as you're just drinking mead.
Yeah.
Okay. It's honey sweet mead. It's pretty. It's a little bit coagulated at the bottom because it's the bottom of the barrel, but it's still very it's very pungent. It's got a sweet smell to it.
and I'm,
Delicious.
I'm feeding the horses. Me and Asparagus are having a meal too.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Nope.
to anyone who's paying attention in here, where should we sleep? Should we just look for a room in this corridor room?
Jack
Might as well.
has no response.
Alright. Asparagus, you want to share a room with me?
Yes.
Alright.
Let's do it.
Let's take this food and go up there. I already fed the horses, so they should be fine.
Where are you going?
Going to one of the rooms.
Oh, you're just going to one of the rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opens the door, fire.
I'll choose the one furthest from the stairs.
The one closest to the stairs.
No,
Okay.
furthest from the stairs.
Furthest from the stairs. Okay. Yeah, when you're going down the hallway, you can see that as you kind of travel down, several of the doors were kind of peeked in, looked at before everything seems pretty safe.
Okay. So Asparagus,
No one cares.
about that plan, should we do it tonight?
What is the surrounding area like? Is it
Being
still dead and barren?
Yeah, it's got a gross kind of mud type of environment now because of the rain. When you're doing your investigation, you saw all the mushrooms that were growing out before as well. The looking around, trying to gauge things because it's still also dark out, so you can't see too far because there's no real moonlight out right now. It's still pretty dark. Most of you have dark vision anyway, so it doesn't bother you. And there's also lighting inside the inn, and the barn's pretty dark, but there's enough people in there.
Kaboom, lightning strikes.
I
said kaboom, a lightning strike.
But yeah, it's still really dark, so you weren't able to grab just how far this barren wasteland is right now, but it goes out pretty. It's enough for you to think that this is probably not an ideal location for living.
So no.
I think we should hold off.
Alright. Man, I feel bad for that horse.
I do too.
Treat your animals right. Oh, okay. We'll wait
Do we
another.
need the Lord? Is he important for anyone? For us?
I mean, not for us.
For us in particular, or for the fact that
You're not there. He's
I
I thought he was just asking.
No,
us
he's saying it's Zacchaeus. Aren't you?
Yeah.
He's not really. Not really. I'm pretty sure everyone here hates him. Pretty sure. Even his own men probably hate him.
Pretty sure.
But they're getting paid. They're just dealing with the shit. So,
They're barely.
what do you plan on doing?
Nothing legal.
Nothing illegal.
Well, you know,
Nothing legal.
if you're doing something, I would help out. So if you have a plan, let me know.
Well, I'm toying with the idea of maybe, possibly, getting rid of him.
Sounds like a good idea.
We're
But we have to make sure we don't get
assassins.
caught. That's really the only thing.
We could bring him out for a
No,
walk
not
and then, like, drop him into a
They're
deep hole or
in-
something to bury him.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't go out with walk with just us. And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like walking either.
We rolled him out of camp then.
I mean, that's
Push him over, he can't back up.
I was gonna say, like, somehow magically lock the door he's in so he can't get out. And
There
wait
are
for
spells
him to
like
leave.
that. There are
You
spells.
just leave him here.
It's a spell called the Arcane Lock, which is a bitch to get around.
Or-
Make, but
maybe we could do something to his food.
If I remember correctly, it costs like 1,000 gold.
How about that?
Maybe. What did you have in mind for his food?
I don't know. He probably won't eat ration though. That's a thing. So we can't just give him to that.
Oh,
We're gonna, like,
not there. I was-
Do something.
Damn.
He eats it. He dies from it magically.
Why don't we just give him a super strong laxative?
I wish we had something like that.
Then he could be renamed the Shit Lord.
Oh.
the shit lord.
I
The
mean,
shitty Lord.
here's the thing. I have some of this black ooze. If we give it to him, it'd give us a reason to kill him.
It could also. I'm not there.
You not there?
I'm not there.
That's
And-
probably not a good idea.
It's not a good idea, but
That's
I'm
probably not a
spitballing
good
here.
Thank you, Mason. Thank you. Gosh.
There.
Oh, he's
Are we even sure he's alive at this point?
really cheap.
Yeah. We'll alright. So, we'll find a chance later.
We should actually go see if he's not dead.
Oh, good point.
Forget how cheap it is.
But should we tell this to other people?
Probably Jacqueline.
Alright.
Nice.
You know, I'll tell
How
Gopher
expensive
too.
it
He
is to
probably
cost,
really
We're
want
right there together.
Yeah, alright. Let's go check on him quick. So we leave our
Let's
rooms
do it.
Okay.
and we go check on the landlord. The lord.
The man lord.
The Lord Lord. Are you going to the Jacqueline?
No, we're gonna check if he's there.
Okay.
And he's like fine.
So you saw which room he went into when you went. He was on the bottom floor. It was the middle of them. He looked around, very kind of just begrudgingly, kind of scoffed a little bit before entering, and that's you can definitely tell which door he came in because the door frame itself is a little bit chipped. But yeah, you can see you kind of peek in. Are you trying to be stealthy?
His lord is solidifying.
Yeah, let's try to be stealthy.
Okay, make stealth checks.
His lord is solidifying.
Oh, there we go. Stealth, right?
Yeah, stealth.
19 then, I guess. Yeah. Lynn?
Love it.
That is a natural 1.
So as you're kind of peeking in,
One time I rolled well.
as you're peeking in, the entire room is dark. The door is dark, and you being in the head of the pair, you kind of peek in. The Lord immediately sits up. His eyes burst open. Sits up. Roll a natural 20 on perception. He's asleep. Another natural 20.
What? Okay, so anyway,
So
that's not me.
he sits up. What are you doing here?
Oh,
And then at that point, you both were frightened from the sheer sound of it, and Zacchaeus just slams into you, falling forwards. His 400 pounds kind of overthrows you, and he just kind of flattens you.
Check it on you.
We gotta get out of here.
get off then!
Why do we have Scooby-Doo?
What? This reminds you of Scooby-Doo.
It really does. It really does.
I run away. I sprint out.
Get up, I'm like, sorry to disturb you. Slam the door.
Okay. So you both
Run out.
leave out of embarrassment.
You know you're heavy, right?
No shit.
What the fuck just happened?
The natural 20s, that would happen. I mean, the natural 1 would have blew it anyways, but...
Alright, well,
Specifically two natural 20s.
Two natural 20s and a natural 1.
fortunately, Lord is safe. So, let's go talk to your sister. I'll go find Gopher.
Fortunately, the Lord is safe, so we can murder him later.
Yes.
Are we sure that he's okay? Is he not like some kind of foul demon?
I wanted
He's
down
the demon of lord.
he is the leader of the what?
He's a lemur.
I said leader.
He is
Lemur.
gluttony
He's a
incarnate.
lemur.
Let me get my book out to show you what a lemur is.
No one just does that.
No one will
No one
do
just
that.
sits up in bed wide awake.
What did he say?
He said nobody just does that where they sit up in bed wide awake. Oh, is it a lemur? No, it's not a lemur. What's the thing?
Lemur dinner.
No, I was gonna say he's.
Alright, so while you're looking at your book, Gopher, are you drunk?
I'm getting there.
Alright, well, good. You're not drunk yet, so I can tell you this. I lean him over. This me and him, my arm over his shoulder. What do you think about the Lord?
I think he's a bit
Yeah, talk drunk.
selfish.
Now you gotta talk drunk.
He's a little selfish.
What do you? What's your,
Fucking only thinks about himself, this bastard.
so what do you like or dislike him?
Dislike, very hard dislike.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you can tell a lot of us don't. I'm just kind of kissing up to him because he thought he's rich.
Oh,
But anyway.
I thought you actually liked the guy because you were kissing up to him. Okay, all right.
Do you not see me? I'm an actor.
Oh,
Anyways.
you're right.
Did you not see me? I'm a douchebag.
We were thinking
Exactly.
maybe we get a little at one point.
Oh, yeah. I'm definititely in for that. Just let me know when the time is right.
Us out
We'll
because we murdered
we'll
one.
find the time.
Yeah.
Me and you and me and you, asparagus, and I'm pretty sure Jackal would know eventually.
Okay.
Well,
So-
Sounds like a.
Jack's in the same room that he's in. So.
But no, I'm
yeah.
talking in private with him though.
Yeah,
like-
he's like sidebarring.
Oh, I see. That's true. I suppose you're not like point blank just looking at
And,
it.
and also,
right?
she's not paying attention to anything.
That's true. You are just
I
staring.
look over to asparagus. I give him the thumbs up.
I look at him and I look to Jacqueline, who is just like deadpan looking at this contraption, and I look at him concerned.
Concerned.
Jacqueline,
Yeah, you already do.
I don't know what you're planning, but I have something else I'm doing right now.
okay. Thank you for your time.
No, wait. She grabs your arm. You look at this. You look at this and tell me how to use it.
Okay.
And then I might help
see
you.
if I understand this.
Yeah, make a tinkering intelligence check.
So, how many hidden
That's
weapons?
another natural
do you
one.
have?
So as you approach, hold on. So as you're like, brother, please help me. You both are now just two tieflings staring at this object, motionless, emotionless, just staring at this object.
Are you guys inside?
They're inside, yeah.
You know what?
Oh my god.
Have you? Hey, Gopher, have you seen Shayla?
Yeah, she's checking out the other arm.
What you mean, chalet?
Shayla.
Shayla.
Alright, I'm gonna go talk to her
Yeah,
quick
she's
about.
in the back room.
Maybe if I could get the fix this situation here with these tieflings. And I guess I open the back door.
Okay, yeah. When you get inside, you can actually see.
Stupid.
Alright,
That,
so I mean, the Gopher's coming along with me.
I'll go along.
Okay, so you both, when you guys enter the back room, you can see that you leave the two tieflings staring at the object as if it's basically like zombies staring at a body. When you get inside, you can actually see that she is working on one of them. The other one that she was working on is completely fixed. That's
I'm
odd.
trying to fix
That's
the
odd.
window.
Open the window.
Man, this is very similar to your current situation. Man, staring at the window. He's got a rope. Hey, that's
figure out
a
this window.
He can figure out the window.
Natural
Congrats.
19, I figured out the window.
Yes, alright. Okay, so what?
We're
When
dumb.
you get inside, you can see that Shayla has been working on.
You wasted your 20.
When you get inside, you can see that Shayla is working on one of the armed weapons. The other one that she's sitting with is actually fully repaired. The one that was only partially damaged was the one that she was able to repair. The one that she had thrown the orb at that split the weapon, the blade. She's spending a lot more time working on that one.
Oh, Shayla.
Yes, and she's literally looking at you while tinkering at the same
You
time.
finished one of them already.
Well, yeah, I've had the better part of half hour.
Can I use you for a moment, maybe? If
Well, I'm kind of busy. What do you need? What?
we have some idiot tieflings over there who doesn't know what they're looking at. Can you just...
I take major offense to that, sir. I'm half tiefling, just in case you didn't remember. Half tiefling, half elf. A culmination of the best possible genes.
Ryder, you fucking idiot.
See.
My mistake. I mean, genius of you.
You know, fuck off. I'm busy.
But I'll teach
Take my
you.
brother. And the brother kind of just like looks, kind of shakes his head, and then she just goes, "Just go."
If you help, I'll at least give you more drinks if you want.
I don't drink.
No, not you. Your brother.
The brother kind of looks over at you, glances over to his sister, and then whispers into her ear, "Prefers water."
I'll get you water too.
He once again turns and talks to her. He says, "Thank you."
Alright.
He says he'll also go with you for now. He doesn't know anything about this stuff, but he might be able to help.
Alright. Thank you.
See, when he called us idiot tieflings, I was about to be like, I take offense to that, but I'm like, that's totally fair. It's totally fair in this situation.
The situation of what's happening.
Alright. Come on, little buddy, and then I'll show him. And it's like,
What?
It's the mechanic girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's half tiefling, half elf.
And Alan, you have to remember her name is Chalet.
Shayla.
so if you could, buddy, just take it from them, tell them how to use it, and that's it. They just look at them. I know I said some weird things, but if I have these guys trying to run with you, you would understand why I say idiot tieflings.
You'll make a. Oh, just check this one.
Oh,
I'll just
God.
take your. I did the natural 15.
I was
he's
like,
not an idiot. And he's also, being a wizard, his intelligence is pretty high. So, yeah, so after you two tieflings are just staring at this, you see a hand kind of creep in. He grabs the crank and then puts it in the hole and begins to twist it. You can see the springs are starting to lower.
That's how you do it! Okay, now, she will, Jacqueline will pry herself from this and hopes that Karis does the same. And then she will bow to this little...
half tiefling.
He's half tiefling, half elf.
Does she know that?
Yeah, he looks as he has got the same skin tone as a tiefling does. It's like blue, just as Shayla, but he's got ears like an elf does.
Okay. Oh. So no, she will just treat him normally.
Normally.
Well, she's a tiefling,
Yeah.
which she loves. She's an elf.
He.
He's an elf, which she hates. So normal. She'll bow, say thank you, and then try to put it on.
Okay. After taking the crank for a minute, you're able to kind of loosen the bond, and you slide it on, and you spend another minute to put it back in. Essentially, when you put it on, there's rings that go attached to several of your fingers, and
Did not specify which hand. The one without the cursed ring.
yeah. Okay. That's so your left hand, because your right hand is
Yes.
is the cursed ring.
Damn it, she's right-handed. Oh well.
So essentially, what ends up happening when you place them on your hand, you pull like you clench your fist, and you hear a socket snap essentially in place. From what you saw how it worked before, they opened their palms, and that's what released the latch. You now think that because your hand is clenched, if you were to open your hand, it's going to release.
You have armed your hand. You are down.
She turns away from any potential thing she can puncture and releases her hand.
Okay, so you go, and the latch just goes, and the blade slams out, curves around, and locks into place onto a part of a digit that's on the side. When it's like this, your hand is free. You're able to bend freely as well because of the bending folds inside the blade. It's essentially like you have an arm sword. It's not very sharp on this side, but it can still be, because it's double-sided, it's not super sharp. It's more like a scimitar, but the more blunt end of a scimitar.
Okay. So it's
In
literally...
layman's terms, if you hit someone, it'll do D4 damage with it. In layman's terms.
For how it is right now.
For how it is right now, yes.
Okay. How much damage does it... Do we know how much damage it does if she, like, gets...
I mean, it hurt him quite a bit.
Like, she's not an assassin.
Right. That doesn't change.
Okay.
It's a weapon.
It's a mechanism.
It'll work the same way for you as them.
Basically what it
They'll
does
just have better
is...
stats for it.
I didn't write out a card for it, which I should have, because I didn't think it would come into play. Essentially, how it works is when you trigger it, it has to be a medium humanoid or lower, it has to be a medium humanoid or smaller. It does not work on large creatures, and it also they had to make a dexterity saving throw. If this creature is tiny, they have advantage on the dexterity saving throw as well, because they're like this tall.
That's when it's not tiny.
And tiny creatures. Mm-hmm. Usually pixies are like the very few amounts. But anyways,
Nice.
it's a dexterity saving throw. DC is 15. If they save, they take only half damage of 3d6. If they fail, they take 3d6 slashing, and they are restrained. To break the restraint, they have to spend an action to make a athletics or acrobatics check to try to pry out of it. DC is still 15. If they try, regardless if they pass or fail, they take a d6 more of slashing damage as well.
If they try to get out.
If they try to get out, because they have to apply pressure to the blade essentially.
Okay, so this is... With this one thing, Jacqueline is a grapple character.
With that, sure.
She's just
after you've done this, you you quickly realize that it's going to take about 5 minutes of cranking to get the blade back to where it needs to be able to
And then she can't make a fist again with that.
Well, I'm just saying, from what you gather from watching it be like used as well as taking it off, because to take it off, you do have to do that. Essentially, you do have to wind it up to keep it from, so that way you can slide it off.
Is there any way that she could sharpen the other edge of it?
I mean, with proper tools, maybe.
For that to do more damage?
You're not necessarily sure. If you had tools to probably sharpen it, then maybe you could try.
There's a rock outside.
When
Wet rock.
she'll make a mental note. She'll make a mental note, which means I don't want the DM to help me.
Okay.
Next time she finds a sharpening kit of any kind, she will try sharpening the outside.
Usually at blacksmiths.
Yeah, they just go to a blacksmith.
Knew that. Next time she finds that, she's going to remember to sharpen it.
When you make it a dragon spear, sure.
Yeah. If.
Yeah, good point. That's a very important note to make. If.
The first
Alright.
Jack.
Also, does looking at it a little bit more, does it seem like there's a disarming thing so that she can still use her fucking hand while it's on?
Thinking back on it, no. When you were talking with the what were assassins disguised, none of them opened their left arm, their left palm. They all had a balled up fist.
Huh.
They wait to kill your ass.
Huh.
The disarmed function is when it's essentially not locked up.
So right now.
Yes.
Okay.
I refer to him blade.
That's why I just call it Assassin's Creed. For now.
I was gonna say something, but with your intelligence check, I don't think I will.
Fucking go.
Roll.
Can she make another one?
Yeah, I'll let, because this is a different scenario. I'll let you make another one.
And I mean, she got the guy to help.
She did. This is for a different thing. This is for a different mental note. So.
Well, I'm more saying that's why.
No. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
What
It
was
sounds like a great idea to sharpen the blade that's near your body. Totally sounds like a smart thing to do to have the blade that's facing your body be sharpened.
Right.
You realize that, like, I'm the king of metagaming, you shouldn't have said it like that?
Yeah. It'll still come into play.
Jackson will now know that.
It'll come into play later on with the mental note anyways, and then it'll be fixed. It probably wasn't gonna happen anyways, but you know. Anyways. What's everyone else doing during
Well,
this
you guys
fiasco?
well, good job.
You two are staying inside.
Thank you, little buddy. Here, have
We're
some
doing
water.
our shifts and sleeping.
Just grabs it and sips. Doesn't say anything. He's also
Just
not little buddy. He's about the same height as you.
He's younger though, right?
He's half elvish and half tiefling, so
Oh yeah.
in comparison to your age, probably young. But in comparison to like Randall or Rex, who is also 17, he's probably like 3 times as old.
Basically, he's not the,
Thank you, buddy.
he's not the lackey.
Yeah.
Just bring back. You can bring that back to me when you finish. I'll be in that room up there.
He just goes in the back room, doesn't say anything.
Oh, and apologize to your sister for me. Thanks.
He gives you an okay sign as he walks in.
Hey, show Mason what the okay sign looks like.
I don't, because
Oh,
I
it
found
looks
out
like this.
something. Found out something
Yeah.
very unfortunate about that.
Really?
I'll say it during the break.
Okay. Anyways. Okay, so let's see. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Oh, I wanted to check the barn one more time.
For what?
Was there animals in there besides all
No.
horses? No, nothing. Okay.
Nothing. There were a few pigs.
Why did you want to kill?
What's up with you and fucking pigs?
No, what?
I tried this before with the boars and it didn't work out for you.
I want to kill those pigs so we can eat them. Have some preserved meat with us on travels.
Yeah.
Do you have a way to preserve it?
Yeah, way to cook it.
Yeah, good.
Screw preserving it. How about figuring out what part of the pig is meat?
Yeah.
Do you know that?
You say that you watch you roll a nat 1.
Look, you were the kind of person that were trying to skin something with a dagger.
Hey, I still have that carving knife.
You do, but before that carving knife, you still.
I gave it back.
I
No,
never
you
gave
didn't.
it
You
back.
didn't give it back.
That's why I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Hard cut to Gildella's like, damn it!
Gildelda.
Whatever the fuck her name is.
Gildelda's a sister.
Shayla. Chalet.
Anyways.
Hey, Asparagus.
Yeah.
You think those pigs would be good to eat?
What's with you and fucking pigs?
Jordan,
I mean, it's pork.
Jordan, I would also like to point out you're asking a druid about eating animals.
Right?
That's a great
Are you a vegetarian?
No.
I was about to say, I think I know something.
Yeah, so what is your intake about eating those pigs?
His intake is bacon.
Do they belong to us? Did we buy them?
What? Did we buy them?
The
Maybe,
owners are-
maybe we should
yeah.
just take them along with us.
Does Jacqueline hear this conversation?
I mean, you're in the room with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are we gonna feed them? And why are we gonna bring them with
I have a
us?
whole bunch of rations.
A whole bunch of rations.
Jacqueline was gonna say to Zacchaeus' do we own them things? Like, I mean, yeah, the people who owned them died. So we kinda do.
She has a point.
That's a good point. You can bring them if you want.
I mean, it's either that or leave them here to die.
You were going to kill them anyway.
Exactly! It better be used for us than dying to nature.
Okay.
Go ahead, they're your problem.
Do you have any rope
I mean,
to actually, like,
No.
to lead the... Okay,
Jordan,
well,
you
then
put
that's
them
your
there,
first
and then
problem.
suddenly the plains of the fields of the dead are populated by pigs. It's no longer the field of the dead; it's the field of the porks.
Where all they do is pork.
Alright, well, you know what? We're deciding it. What's wrong with
We can take them if you want.
it? I do want to take them. But yeah, we have no way to, like, keep them in check. If anything, we'll just eat them.
Just right on the spot.
Yeah. I mean, you know Fireball.
No, I know. It's a level 3.
Don't you know Stun Fire spell?
What?
Firebolt.
Yeah, Firebolt. There you go.
I also know Burning Hands, so...
There you go. You can cook them ourselves with those spells.
Just whole hog.
Burning hands are just holding this screaming pig.
And then chill touch.
And then chill touch.
And then.
And then
No.
another clap.
You wouldn't want chill touch because it would be rotten meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be necrotic.
I don't have Ray of Frosting with me.
Alright.
Breastplate? Yeah. Breastplate's metal. Basically, everything is metal except for hide. Hide and up. Everything else is metal.
I think Randall might actually have these.
Hey, it's fair. Do you think we need to, like, watch for the night? Or can we just sleep peacefully in our room?
Really good nerve, but we should be fine.
Wait, speaking of the night, there was something Zacchaeus was trying to tell me before.
Oh.
For it. You don't have it.
Oh, you go ahead and tell her.
Wait, what? I missed that.
You want to tell your sister something, but she was too entranced into the mechanism, and then you were also very entranced into the mechanism.
Oh, yes. Yes, I forgot all about that. I was so wrapped up in the mechanism. So,
Lost in the cogs.
we're gonna do something unsavory to an unsavory person.
Are we going to feed him a whole hog of pork?
No, that's
Maybe.
not bad.
Might also be poisoned.
Is Randall there?
No,
he's-
they're not there.
Damn it!
Basically, you four, Gopher, Zacchaeus, Ryder, and Jacqueline are all alone inside the inn right now. Shayla is working inside the other one, along with her brother.
Do I? Am I care about this person?
Hey, Spare, you
Yeah, you
tell
met them.
You think I should tell
essentially,
Shayla?
And they went to go talk to her.
Shayla?
Shayla?
You've seen these people.
So was Zach's the first time.
I'm pretty sure she
But I
hates him
don't
as much
know
as we
what
do.
they had.
Oh yeah, she does. Absolutely.
Yeah, she does.
So
So asparagus, what do you think?
Yeah, you really don't.
I mean,
I-
if you
I
want the
wouldn't.
cupcakes,
She's too busy.
you can have Brandon give it.
And she hates you.
obviously don't know.
I need an excuse to talk to her makeup, so this is it.
No, you've been in the box
Yeah,
the
you've
entire
been in the
time.
box the entire time.
So I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you've done nothing but step up.
Yeah. That's right. Anyways, so what's your guys? What are you guys doing?
They're talking. I'm going to talk to Shayla again. God damn.
You said
I
Shayla.
fucked myself up because in me and Mason's fucking one-on-one D&D, there's a character in it named Shalay, and I fucked up her name and kept calling her Shayla, which is just stupid.
Welcome to DM.
I opened the door again.
Okay,
We
you can
need
see
we
that
need
they're
the
still
lapser
working.
boss.
They're still working on the other one. It's only been a few minutes at
Yeah.
most.
Alright, Shayla.
Yes. Yes.
There's some private matters I could speak with you and your brother too.
I mean, he doesn't talk, so.
Yeah, well, you listen then, most likely. Okay. So I'm pretty sure you also hate. Should I look behind me? You also hate the Lord Lord as well.
I mean, sure, he's a prick.
Well, me and my group, my thing might be better if you know he might be.
Going to kill him
Maybe.
Make him disappear.
for.
And this is how we get kicked out of the character.
For what reason?
Do you not see how he acts towards everyone and everything? And I'm pretty sure
He's a prick, sure, but he hasn't been a risk to us. It's been a risk to those that he hired and to himself.
Yeah, he might be a risk for the whole group at the end, honestly, if you think about it. I
Paladin, it was so nice being paid, wasn't it?
You're not there.
from what I heard, he made one of the men die for his cause. But I think it wasn't that. He probably did sacrifice himself, but not willing to. I should say.
He does have an anger problem. I saw him throw that table when told to live in the barn for a night.
And we saw that also, like, he didn't get attacked by them when he threatened them, but when we threatened them, we got attacked right away.
Her eyebrows kind of shoot up. She didn't think about it.
Maybe he has connections.
Roll a persuasion check.
What's my persuasion
God.
for, right?
Your persuasion is probably like plus
20.
10. Or plus 7.
I did it 20.
Dirty 20.
I
Okay.
do not believe that.
Plus 7.
Yeah.
He's got.
Oh, it's a 13.
Yeah.
13.
It looked like it's not like a
No.
19.
Okay.
I'm like,
She kind of like ponders for a bit. The brother kind of looks at her, whispers in her ear, I know. Well, what are you guys going to do?
Anything we won't actually, anything we'll either ditch him somewhere if we don't want to kill him, or just poison him. We don't really want to do any dirty work like that.
I would say ditching would probably be easier.
Yeah.
He's not catching up with us.
Exactly. So me and my other colleague, the one of the male team that we have, we were planning on letting his horse go at one point, because that horse is. He talked to the horse.
You talk to the horse?
We use a spell. He's
Okay, that
a
makes
druid.
more sense.
He's also a druid, so.
Oh,
Just
okay.
know.
And don't worry about it. Don't think too much. The horse is struggling a lot, and he's like saved me, pretty much.
Okay. So, if I'm understanding, either poisoning or ditching this man to basically die out here,
So pretty
or
much
at least
killing him.
until someone comes by potentially to save him, because there's food here and such, because his horse is in pain.
Well, not just that too. You know the other things. I said.
That's true. That's fair.
If we do ditch his horse, then he wouldn't be able to chase after us.
Well, yeah, that's the point that I made earlier.
he turns out to be a paladin.
He just turns out to be like a fucking
I'll-
Olympic runner.
I'll do this. I don't know of anything. I don't know anything's happening.
What? You don't know what anything's happening.
I don't know of any plans or anything of the sort. I am just here.
Yeah. But I thought you might just dislike him as much as us, so we kind of just want to.
I mean,
for our safety.
sure, I'm fine. If you guys feel threatened by him, then sure, do what you want. But I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm a political figure where I'm from. I can't be. Not political, but I'm.
How about that?
public figure of
Will you be able to
sorts.
make a mechanism to either help us lock something up or either restrain someone?
Look, I'm not partaking in this.
Okay.
If you have something that restrains someone, that's on you. I'm not gonna be. You're not using my stuff to my machinery.
I was
to
asking you
lock
if you
someone.
could, that thing, the things we give you to work on, because that could restrain people, and maybe you could use that for a
I mean,
different way.
if you wear it, from what I saw,
But can you maybe modify it? You know, change it up.
make a persuasion check.
23. Look, I'm not forcing you, but it'd be nice.
What do I get out of this? I'm already fine with him being alive. With being, let me change my wording. I'm fine with him being the Lord and being existing. I don't need to. I'm not the one that's feeling threatened here. If I'm gonna be constructing this device to potentially hold that massive man down, I want to be confirmed that I'm gonna be fine. Because realistically, I'm not getting anything out of this. If they find this man dead, they find the machinery, and they somehow tie that to me, I'm the one in trouble.
You have a
I
point.
want to point out that Randall is going to try to get a log from her to
Security.
try to help convince Harvey to let Rex out of
But here's
the
the thing.
box.
Wow. Well, you're not there yet.
So tomorrow I'm going to be like, can you make a lock? She'll be like, I want no part of your plan. And I'm going to be like, what plan?
Hold on. What?
How big is he?
How big is Zacchaeus? Or it compared to Zacchaeus? He's probably in the factor about 500 pounds or so. He's a big. Picture the sheriff of Nottingham. Do you know that guy?
Oh.
I'll show you a picture of him while you're discussing.
Who's this guy from?
Look, like I said, you don't have to help. I was just asking if you were willing to help, but if you're not, then that's fine. But I'm doing this for this. I'm doing this for the safety of this group in general, and honestly, him and the other caravan I don't trust fully because of what happened.
Other caravan.
You know, this one we haven't really talked about, the one who's leading us through.
Oh, they seem fine.
They
Well,
do.
they're secrets.
Exactly, they have secrets, but they haven't really said much. I talked with everyone but them, and they haven't really said much.
That sounds like your own fault for not talking to them.
I mean,
Like, you don't have to, I'm just saying for the safety of this group. You don't have to.
I'll do this instead. I'll leave the parts here. I'm tired. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Oh, I happen to leave my tools sitting out inside of this room. Hopefully somebody doesn't try to create something that could trap someone. Hey brother, why don't you join me? Let's go get some rest. We have a long day tomorrow. And she literally just grabs the brother and drags him out. He's kind of like waving his arms, freaking out. Like, wait, what? He doesn't actually speak, but he's freaking out like that. And they leave the room. There's a completed arm weapon and a partially repaired one, and a very large set of tools.
Alright,
Oh,
Asparagus.
God damn it.
room now.
So Zacchaeus,
Hold on.
everyone.
I want to interject. Does everyone else see them leaving?
So he had to leave the back room holding these. The rest of you, I was gonna get to this. The rest of you are in the same room that is connected to, essentially. So when he exits and says Zacchaeus room now, you all see him carrying all this crap.
No, I'm talking about Shayla.
Oh yeah, Shayla
and
and the brother. Yeah, they both leave and he's flailing. They're going straight into a room.
Before he speaks anything,
Okay.
Jacqueline will make eye contact with him and be like, "The fuck is that?
Okay.
What the fuck happened there?"
Basically, the two half tiefling elves, they went into the closest room possible after they exited that room.
She could have asked like, "What did you do?"
Let's go talk about it in our rooms. And I go up to the room, and to the room I chose. I set everything down.
I'll follow him up, I guess.
Okay.
Sure, fuck it.
Okay, go for it.
He will smoke his pipe a little bit more. Drink.
I'm assuming he's drunk.
You've been drinking for
I've
quite a
been
while.
drinking for quite a while.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
natural one.
What are you going?
It's possible.
I'm fine. You got it.
Alright.
With my head held in my hand.
That's a
Or is it'll help?
16.
What?
I have a 2 cons.
2 con plus your proficiency.
Yeah. Oh, plus 5.
Because you're proficient in Constitution saving throws.
Oh, yeah.
So it's plus 5.
Oh, okay.
In
I
total.
got 19.
Yeah. You're good.
Alright.
Roll a natural 14.
So they all meet up in my room.
Yeah.
They all meet up in the room. Okay.
Just before this, is there anything that... Because you're taking first shift, right?
He is.
I thought
Yeah.
it
Is there anything you wanted to do while you're here?
Alright. Say their names.
Rex, is there anything you wanted to do?
So I'm outside.
Ready.
I want to
Do that.
You're not even outside.
Don't even look at the man pretending to masturbate. What are
I
you doing?
They're in a
can't.
box.
That was next to me.
I'm gonna go find some decent food for myself.
So you're getting
He sees
gonna
the
try to
pigs.
get out of the cart.
Huh?
We're in the cart.
Yeah, I thought I was taking a ship, so I had to be outside.
No,
So I'm
you're still in the
outside the whole
box.
time.
You're still in the
No.
box.
You can leave the box.
It's the
After
shifts-
locking it.
The shifts are one person's awake watching in guard in the box, and the other takes over. So we both get proper sleep.
So you want me to stay next to the box? You're saying?
I don't care what you do. I'm just letting you know you're still in the box. You can leave if
Yeah,
you
you're still in the box right
Just
now.
trying to
You
get-
can't leave the box.
One could say you're in the loony bin.
Are you leaving the box?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
leaving the
we're
box.
outside the box after a minute of unlocking it, and then Harvey leaping up the moment that the large sound of the bar opens up. He slams the door and locks
God.
it again.
I don't care.
Yep,
I'm gonna
just
find.
ran, he'll get like jumped over.
pretty much. He dives. Like, swift speed.
I'm gonna go into the barn that where everybody is.
You're-
I'm guessing.
No, they're in the cabin.
Okay, the cabin.
Okay, you can go to the cabin. Nobody's there.
No one's there. I'm guessing the kitchen is the back room. I'm gonna go there, find some food.
Okay, yeah. Quick investigation. You kind of being in other taverns. Usually, there's always like a back room right behind like the main countertop or main desk that's in the front. You go back there. You can see there's a little bit of some blood pile in the corner from probably something. Probably a body of some sort. As well as that, you can see there's a lot of food. It's already been kind of rummaged through, taken some pieces of food. Most of it was just taken that was dry and just like preserved. There's like some milk and eggs and such that's in there as well that you could try to make food with.
I'll try.
There's cooking utensils and everything around too, so.
I'll try cooking something for myself.
Alright, make a...
Survival check.
Yeah, good point. Survival check.
Survival check.
Yeah. Know what cooking would be.
Intelligence.
Where's the player cooking?
It is typically considered survival.
What's your total?
17.
17. Yeah, you're able to easily cook a pretty good meal.
I'm not making a fantastic meal. I want something simple and eat. I'm doing this because.
Yeah, I know, right?
Congratulations, you have made orange chicken.
Wow. Alright. Yeah.
Cool.
So you made some good food. Eat some of it.
I'm gonna walk out, go back to the cart, to be a lookout, and eat.
Okay. I'll make a perception check.
Pigs attack you because you have food.
Yay, perceptions. 16.
16? Yeah, you're able to, when you get up to kind of just sit down, you kind of crawl yourself on top into the cart and looking around. People are generally going to bed. A lot of them are setting up bedrolls nearby. Each of them typically has 1 to 2 people on watch as well. So it's pretty standard, just like getting rest type of situations. People on watch are kind of just discussing amongst themselves. Some of them are bringing others to just go chat.
Are they loud enough to me to hear?
Some of them, sure. They're more or less. They're just talking about like your guards are more like the 3 guards that were following your cart. They're talking more about what happened inside the cabin, which you wouldn't know. The 3 assassins and the 4 assassins that were there, and having to fight against them, finding that they were parts of sparks and such, essentially. Alan's group is staying silent. The robed cart is or the robed figures with the tarp carts, they're also pretty silent, but they have about 3 of there's 8 people on watch right now, and the mechanical cart that's there has basically the only one that's left is who's that again?
There's only 2 others.
There's 2 other men. One is a human, one is a tiefling, and the other one is an elf. Elf with red hair and a tiefling with silvering hair. The tiefling's the one that's awake right now as well. Mead is passed out in his cart.
Man, this food's delicious. It's better than this dry food I've been eating.
Yeah, it's a little strange to actually be eating real food and not cubes.
We have to bring on.
The cubes
As I said, astronaut.
do keep you full.
They expanding food. Anyways, is there anything
You
else
get
you wanted to do?
food.
It's possibly be in stealth and keep watch.
I mean, you're keeping watch. You just roll a stealth check, sure. 13 plus whatever.
Yep. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, so you kind of just blend into the darkness and keep a watchful eye.
God, it's so edgy, Calvin.
Just like a fucking vampire, you cross your arms,
God.
duck down, vanish into the shadows. Alright.
He's over here now.
It's like just Reaper, just. Anyways, so what are you 4 doing inside of the room now? You are.
Okay, so
Circle jerk.
Says the drunk man.
and then into a woman.
One was inside while I was right.
What?
All of them was in the room, right?
Yeah, they're all in a room, so you didn't see them.
Jacqueline
They were
wants to
in
watch.
So-
Jacqueline wants to watch you 3 do Cracker Jack.
Okay, so
Oh, God.
That's the only thing I can do.
So, good news and bad news. Bad news is she's not on board with the plan at all. So I feel like if we do anything risky,
If
we
you're
might
not-
get ratted out.
We
If
gotta
she's
get
not
rid of
on
her,
board
too.
with the plan at all, then why do you have her stuff?
We gotta get rid of her.
She's so
too.
I'll
she's.
favorite party.
I told her that we might be that the whole caravan might be.
I got a 19.
in
I'm good.
Kill a caravan.
the whole caravan might be in danger with him with us. So if anything, we can get rid of him by just ditching him somewhere.
We gotta bomb the whole territory.
So
I
since
literally can't wait.
this
for
could-
this
since this contraption could somehow tie people up, I was thinking we could use it in the future, tie him up and ditch him somewhere, and hopefully someone else can pick him up. Actually, I don't really care about that, but you know.
I mean,
And I asked her if she could do it. She doesn't want anything to do with it.
isn't there anyone we know that has like a heavy object to prop up against his door so he just can't get out of the inn?
That could be a thing too. I asked to make a lock too, but that was not an idea either.
And at the same exact time, how do we know that his guards won't will leave without the person they're guarding?
Exactly, that's another thing too. But
Someone's
they
gotta
also
lure the
don't.
guards.
Yeah, they might not like him that much either.
You might want to go try check that.
I mean, I can go talk. Alright, you know what? I would do that right
At
now.
the same
Be a
time,
little discreet about it.
at the same time, remember back when we were talking to Omthar?
Omthar, yeah.
Okay, he told us to try to be discreet and to not cause trouble. This is trouble. I'm totally down with it if we can stay discreet about it and no one else gives a shit that this guy's gone. But we need to make sure that that is the case. If we can't, we're dead.
I try my best.
I think I've got a plan.
Alright.
I know.
First got a
Your
plan.
last plan almost got us all killed.
Last plan caused assassins to attack.
I'll go talk to them, ask them what they think about their job, the person who hired them.
Talk to Alan too. Because he's the the tarp cards probably don't even fucking know who the hell they're leading, but Alan and everyone else has to deal with this guy, so they'd be the one narking.
I mean, Alan's not protecting them though, so
I mean-
he probably doesn't care.
We just met a bunch of assassins that were dressed as normal guys.
I raise my hand.
You stop! I order you to shut up. I order you to stop thinking and making decisions.
He's fine. You roll a 19 on the Constitution save.
Okay, so I'm just gonna You guys can discuss about that. I'm gonna go talk to those other caravans.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the room. Oh, I guess we have tours to do stuff with the stuff, so have fun with the stuff.
Alright,
with that.
again. So
I leave before he says anything.
So Ryder leaves the mechanism and tools to Zacchaeus, Jacqueline, and the drunker, the buzzed man, the two tieflings whom of which didn't understand the square to square, and the man who's been drinking mead for a few hours.
Basically, we got Idiot A, Idiot B, and Meathead.
And Meathead,
Sorry, Meathead.
Meathead.
You guys can discuss while I walk to the barn.
So do you want to try to fiddle with it?
Jacqueline will first explain, what the fuck does he want us to do with this? I couldn't even get this thing to work.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll just skip to me then. Okay.
Unless you guys want to do anything. One is prepped.
I'll try to interact with the device for the hell of it.
What?
Which one?
I'll
Which
try to figure out
device?
the
One is fully prepared and one is kind of partially destroyed still.
And Jacqueline does want to take it fully prepared.
I'll look at the partially destroyed one.
Okay.
I like how random.
Make an intelligence check. Tinkering intelligence
Here
check.
we go. That is 17.
Hey! Yeah, looking at it now and actually seeing the crank get put into where it needs to be, this part is fucked up. Like, it's the mechanism that's inside is basically strewn out of it. The blade was broken into two different parts where one of it is the flexible portion and then there are two blades that are supposed to attach to either end of it, and that's supposed to attach mechanically through spring-loaded mechanism into the entire compartment. So far, what she was able to fix was just putting back together the compartment. You're still missing how to properly fix this, and as well as that, knowing the size of the Lord, the normal way that this weapon's going to be used is not going to be able to restrain him.
Is he a large creature?
Yes.
He's the large
I mean, he's 500.
He's 500 pounds. I'm gonna say he's a large creature.
Oh! 100 pounds heavier than Zacchaeus?
Oh god.
He's 100 pounds heavier than Zacchaeus and probably a good, few inches taller.
Oh,
And girthier.
And
Difference is, Zacchaeus has got, a little muscle. Not a lot. Especially with a, 9 for strength?
Oh, it's also
I'll have you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's lower than what I thought.
Wait a minute, the two tieflings have the same strength.
You have an 8 as well?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought you had an 8.
What the hell?
I'm pretty sure everyone has an 8.
What the? Man.
I have 14.
No, I have 10.
He's strength.
No, yeah, it's an 8.
Wow, you guys. You have one person with strength. Can't wait for when you have to lift a door or something.
I already had that scenario.
That's true. That's true. That's really true. Yeah.
11.
You are in the same boat as everyone else. Just a little bit better off. Anyways. So you go over to...
Tyler, just wait till my new character.
Yeah,
He'll have intelligence unlike everyone.
Anyways, so you go to the car. As you leave the cabin, it's still downpouring rain. Mushrooms have essentially sprouted out as well. They're getting a little bit bigger. You can tell. They've gotten a little bit larger. The ones that you didn't step on and destroy.
A raindrop falls
I
upon
hope
and
those
explodes.
I hope those don't come around. I swear to God.
Yeah, they're definitely getting a little bit bigger.
You wanna go
You're very
first?
carefully kind of trying to avoid them, so
Yeah.
you're not exactly stepping into them.
Are a few of them bursting from the rain?
No, they seem to be feeding off of the rain. That's why they're getting bigger.
I'm getting scared.
So,
Make a
Alan.
check.
Yeah, so you open up the thing. You hear Ryder shout out Alan as he enters the barn. Alan is asleep, but after a few moments, the half-orc man kind of just flicks Alan in the face a bit to wake him up, and he kind of groggily just sits up. His hair kind of messed up a bit from laying down on the ground. Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry to wake you, but there's some things I need to discuss with you. If you'll want to listen. Seems like you're kind of
About what?
Maybe safety maybe safety things about the caravan.
Does it directly involve me?
It might.
Does it directly involve the Maven?
Maybe.
Alright, he kind of like sits up, stands.
Okay. It's a little private, so just me and you.
Okay.
Okay. So I just
this
yeah.
barn is packed. Where are we going to talk?
Anywhere really, just
Behind a mushroom outside.
Anywhere, just somewhere away from some people.
We'll probably have to leave the barn then.
I was go outside though.
Great. Let me get my tarp so I don't get wet. Kind of puts on like a little like. It's essentially a poncho, but it's got like this leather that's slathered in like some kind of substance. You can tell that it's got some liquidy substance, oil-like, that's just been slathered over it. And he walks out. You can see the rain just kind of slides off of it.
Teacher, I have a question.
What?
How long? When are we going to get back to my character? And is it going to be a while?
Do you have to use the restroom?
Yes, I do.
Can you hold it for 10 minutes?
20 minutes. Oh, you can.
Because that'll be the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just
Anyways.
So Alan, I was gonna tell you this tomorrow, but this is probably the best time to talk about it. So when we got attacked by those assassins,
Mm-hmm.
the landlord, the lord, you know, the other guy.
Sure.
He threatened them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Threatened them. They paid him the mind and said, okay, you can sleep in the room. They let him sleep in the room just fine, okay?
Huh?
But then, my
So why they attack you?
exactly when my group threatened them, they attacked right away.
So these guys were assassins?
Yes,
Sound more like thieves. So I mean,
assassins from the Sparks. Remember that.
from the Sparks, right? Mm.
So, I was just a little spitballing, but maybe he has something to do with the Sparks. It's not much to go off, but
Fair.
I feel a little in danger for our caravan with him having trouble with us.
I can get beside that. If it's a risk to the Grand Maven, then I'll do what I need to protect her.
Yeah, me and my group were thinking either to ditching him somewhere, like leaving him, like just not having him with our group, you know.
So you don't plan on killing him, you just plan on leaving him behind?
Our original plan was maybe killing him, but that might be a little bit too extreme. If he was innocent, so we.
Well, I mean, if he's part of the Sparks and he is at risk of this, and these assassins were part of the Sparks, then wouldn't that mean that they'd be stationed nearby and he could just go to them for help if he is a part of the Sparks?
Yes, that's why we think about restraining them as well. But
Well, I mean, restraining him will only go so far. If there's more assassins that are going to be coming for our caravan because of the fact that we're living here, wouldn't it make more sense just to kill him?
I mean, if he did, but what if he actually is innocent? We don't know full well. He could actually be a governor, and if he did that, it would be bad on all of us.
You do remember from your first meeting that he was like stating that he was a part of the Merchants Guild.
No.
He was a leader in the Merchants Guild as well.
Being as a
From
merchant,
what he claimed, so.
he said he was a leader of the Merchant Guild. So that sounds pretty big, but
I mean, usually you don't really want to mess with the Merchants Guild
exactly.
in general, like attacking, restraining, or
True too.
murdering a pretty large leader would be pretty catastrophic. However, if it is, in fact, this man is part of the Sparks, it might be worth the risk anyways. I say kill him, because it would just be so much easier to, like, he's sleeping right now?
Yes.
Where am
Boom, done.
Where am
But
I
that's-
right now? Do I see this?
No, they're outside
They're
of the
outside.
entire barn.
But
I
here's the
can't, or I can't hear this either.
Especially not because of the
It's the rain, yeah.
The rain from the barn to the cabin makes it very difficult to hear.
Oh yeah.
Plus, they're also 100 feet away. Not shouting, so you're not going to hear it anyways.
But here's
yeah.
another thing. Who's going to take the responsibility of killing him?
You guys are the ones that are worried about it.
Yeah, exactly. But
And if he comes along until something happens, I don't want to do something to put the Grand Maven at risk. So if I were to say kill this man,
yes, and then
if she was to be chastised because of one of her bodyguards murdering a member of the Merchants Guild, I would prefer not to have to do that. So,
That's actually a good point too. I'm not also hired.
Are you looking at me?
he's looking to think.
I'm thinking like, what Jack would think. Jack would think.
The thing you have to think of is what does Ryder think?
Exactly. No, because I'm thinking, like,
As Ryder.
because I'm not an employed person, but I know Jack really doesn't like me doing shit because we have to be discreet.
WWJD, what would Jacqueline do?
And you
realize
remember,
you
you're not hired by
that's
party.
hired of us then too.
You were hired by.
He wasn't hired. No,
Yeah,
he was following me need.
Well, no.
Oh no, you were.
It's. I don't know what to call the group back in the city. The trifecta.
Oh,
Duh.
yeah, you're part of the Order of the Gauntlet, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
I mean, I'm not yet. And they said once I will be if I.
And knowing that you murdered.
You're not there, Ken. You're not there.
But here's the thing.
You're not there either.
Can't remember. We're all technically hired by that.
No, well.
Currently it is Ryder talking to Alan.
I'm talking to GM.
You are talking to me.
So,
I'm currently trying to be part of this.
you agree if we do. But you
Go to sleep, stop
we
it.
agree with either Digital or were you more with happy with either just getting rid of him because he.
I mean, if he is indeed part of the Sparks, restraining him's gonna do nothing. You can just send horses after us. And if that's the fact, I mean, sure, he himself isn't a very athletic individual. Doesn't mean that he doesn't have other people to hire that you could then send after us. If he was just straight up dead, then we don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay. I was gonna go talk to the people he hired and ask them about what they think. Well, I'm not gonna say what we're gonna do to the boss. I'm gonna ask them about their working condition with him. So.
Well, you do what you think. I'm just giving my point of view.
Okay. Thank you.
This
though.
didn't
Like,
happen.
This doesn't happen. We're just a conversation between fellow companions.
Sure.
Alright.
And he goes, and he's like, I got woken up for this.
Sorry. Sorry to take your time. You can sleep.
Oh, he kind of like steps outside, looks up, realizes that it's pitch black. It's probably my time to take watch anyways. That was GM, that was not Alan taking a sip.
Take a drink or something.
You know what? No. He leans over, grabs one of the mugs, and just takes a sip.
Exactly.
That's gonna make it worse.
That's it's not gonna be
Alright.
the whole freaking caravan.
If anything, I'll walk you back and I'm going to go talk to other people.
Right.
After some time, yeah, you do see Ryder and Alan approaching once again. They enter inside the barn, outside of the rain.
And I'm going to go look for the lords.
It's pretty easy to see. The barn's not massive, and you guys have 5
Are they
or
awake,
6
though?
carts. There are, so they had 2 main guards, and then they had 6, down to 5, normal guards. The 2 main guards are on alternating, so one.
So one's awake.
Yeah, one of the. Let me go to my list again, just so that I know. Well, because like I said, I made characters for everyone.
This guy's name is Bob.
Look.
My name is Jeff.
My
name's
name's Chief. The man in gold-looking armor is awake. The other one is still asleep.
Okay.
The woman.
I'm going to go up to him. Excuse me, sir.
Hmm. Yes.
I wanted to ask about your working conditions and your employer.
Well, I'm part of the reason why we're being driven. I'm the escortee of sorts.
Escortee?
Yes, I'm a knight of Tyr.
Oh, what is... I'm sorry?
You can make a religion check.
Okay. Well, I was asking him.
Things have just
7.
Yeah.
7? Yeah, you're not entirely sure of Tyr when it comes to first,
I do... I ask him then.
What?
I was just to say, player to DM, is it like...
It's probably a
Is this
9.
Norse mythology tier?
Let me get to my days list again. So, Tyr is a Norse pantheon. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like the god of justice, essentially.
Okay. I don't know that.
The god of justice and like he's super amazing.
I'm sorry, is that like something a god you follow, or?
Yes, it's the divine providence.
Oh, I see. All right. Sorry, I don't know much about that, so had to ask. But, anyways.
Not much of a religious man, I see. Understandable.
He's
the cleric. I wanted to ask about. I was curious about one thing. What happened with one of your men?
Oh, he sacrificed himself to allow us to escape, more or less. At the time of, it was a very perilous.
Is that the true story, though? Can I maybe?
From my point of view, no. But at the same time, it's what? The way I see it, if you're insinuating something about if you're insinuating something about Idric, he there was not much we could have done. He was taken by several of them, and if we halted the progress of the carts just to save him, it most likely would have resulted in more casualty. It's very unfortunate that we lost him, and he is a very noble man for essentially what he did. In the end, he did choose to... Let me rephrase that. He didn't really choose to be attacked, but at the time of, I'm sure he understood what was happening, and understood that there was not much that we could have done.
I understand. Alright.
He was ripped to shreds.
There was this one point when one of my comrades came over to talk with your employer. He thought he was getting attacked, and you guys didn't do anything about it. I was expecting you guys to at least charge at us or something.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't you remember when, last session when when Asparagus was going to touch the horse, and then the landlord was like, "Oh, he's attacking me, guys, help me!"
Oh.
And they didn't do anything. That's what I was referring to.
Well, you weren't doing anything wrong. You went to touch a horse. It wasn't as if you drew weapons to shoot at him. I knew he was freaking out and panicking. So I didn't have anything to... I had no reason to think that you were doing anything wrong.
Alright, let me ask you this. Personal, man to man. What do you think of your employer?
Well, I think that being part of the Merchants Guild and what he does is bringing famine in a way. He causes... The Merchants Guild is a very malicious group, typically usually only thinking of themselves, though I'm distraught because at the same time they're not breaking laws, they're not going against the civilization themselves.
They're lawful evil.
They're lawful evil, some would call them. So being a Knight of Tyr, I'm conflicted.
Right.
But at the same time...
Let me rephrase that question. What do you think of him as a person?
I think he's a person. Unless someone has broken the law, broken society's rules, gone against the norm in a malicious way, I have no reason to think any ill fate of someone.
Okay. Sorry, I'm lost in thought.
Why do you ask?
I don't know. It's a. Have you heard about what happened in the?
Yes, several of the guards that went off to assist had returned, and they were discussing about it pretty loudly. So it was pretty easy to see or hear what they were talking about.
I will say this. So I'll tell you what happened from the beginning. We came in, asked if we can get some rooms from them because since they occupied the whole inn for themselves, we asked maybe they could spare 1 or 2 rooms. They said no, and then they say no one as such as yourselves, insulting us, pretty much. Your the employer took that not lightly at all. He then went
I
up
would
to
imagine most wouldn't.
yes. No, he pretty much threatened them. Went up to them, flipped their table too, might ask, and say, "I am not going to sleep in some barn like a commoner." Something he'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And they let him go. I was like, oh, all right, maybe they got scared of him. And then we asked, could we also get rooms? They said no. One of my colleagues did the same, but he didn't do anything. He just walked up and gave him a glaring look, all right, and saying, "You're going to give us a room, because they were going to charge us 40 gold for a room." And then thenceforth, they attacked my group. And then thus, what happened? So, take that as how you like, but those assassins were part of the Sparks.
I see.
Yes. But that's...
Well, I will speak in similar fashion to this. This is all speculation.
Yes.
There's no physical proof that he is a part of the Sparks.
I'm not saying that he is.
I understand that. It's the same fickle area as I feel towards the Merchants Guild. Though they aren't doing anything of ill fate, or though they aren't doing anything against the laws of society, they're still doing ill manners in their own way. It's a very borderline for believers of Tyr.
Well, like I said, speculations. But what if you think of the Sparks?
The Sparks are a militia group that deserve to be wiped out. They have taken lives of many, especially close comrades of mine, and I refuse to work with someone like that. However, I can kind of tell where you're going with this. It isn't fair to assume something like that, like you said. If you were to be a part of the Sparks, then I would provide swift justice of the sorts. However, without any proof of this, I have no reason to go against him.
Alright.
They chose I needed to go to Neverwinter to discuss with my covenant of believers of Tyr. And without this caravan, without their opportunity of taking me there, I would have to travel alone or through other means. So.
Alright. That's all I wanted to hear, thank you. And I'm sorry, I never actually got to introduce myself. Ryder Hopkins.
I am, call me Hoff.
What was it?
Hoff?
No, first name?
Hoff.
Oh, Hoff. Just Hoff.
Hoff, that's that. He said, call me Hoff.
Oh, call me. I thought you said Colby Hoff.
Colby Hoff.
Yeah. Colby Hoff. It's nice to meet you. And nice to have this little talk. Maybe once we're traveling. Maybe once we're traveling, maybe we can have a drink if you don't mind that.
Perhaps. But
I have a lot of beer.
I'm going to be going back to my duty.
I drink it all.
Sorry to take your time.
Okay, with that, I think we'll take our break. It's a little bit over 2 hours, but it seems like a pretty decent stopping point while you guys figure out what the hell you're going to be doing with this mechanical stuff in front of you. So with that, the episode is finished.